Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. Today I'm playing Roiling Vortex because Zendikar finally dropped. I only managed to get 2 copies of it. I'd play a third in the side over a fourth path. And I'm gonna play a league. I'm basically worried about 2 decks. Mill and Belcher. I think that's basically it. Mill got a lot of new tools. Belcher can be a fast combo, even if we can side and smash Smithereens, but when they go off, they can go off immediately. So those are the decks that I'm worried about today. As you can see, I'm still not respecting the possibility that I play against stuff like Enduring Ideal. If it happens again today, I'll look into playing probably the green, if I'm gonna be honest. Where's my list with green? Classic Burn, Splashing Green. I wouldn't play Clothes here, I think. I think that this list right now stays mostly the same. My problem with playing this version maybe playing Fiery Islet is greedy with that playing 2 Inspiring Vantage here is the best. Not the best, but it's a good what's it called? Compromise. From the side, I'm thinking that I still want Lurrus. And I'm also thinking that the second Vortex should be there. But it's basically the same build, but with Destructive Revelry. And the mana supporting it a little bit better, because I'm playing 8 fetches. I should be playing 9. I think it's better to play 10 green sources. But I don't know, with Prowess being good, I kinda want the Inspiring Vantage in my deck. Although I have Lightning Helix, so this is the version that I would play if... Maybe I should just play this version though. What are we thinking? What decks can I play against that? Well, I'm worried about Mill. I don't want to play a deck with only 1 green source. Because against Mill I side in Artifact Hate, and if they manage to hit my green source, I have blanks, like literal blanks that I can draw. I think I'm gonna go with this list. Let me just update the list real quickly in Stream Decker. Because, oh, hopefully the new cards are there. They should be, right? Yeah, they are. Okay, cool. In the side, second Roiling Vortex. Did I? No, okay. One Roiling Vortex in the side. Alright, so list is updated. I'm planning to play a black-red list sometime in the future, but Still not, and I think in that list I'm splashing the white for Path. I think Path is too good. Not play it, but I still need more Scourge. I have one, but I still need more. Which actually I should be looking at them, because if one appears available, I should try to buy it. Okay. So I think this is the deck I'm learning today. Looks good, to be honest. Hopefully Vortex ends up being good. I'm hopeful. The card does a lot of things that I'd like it to do. I think that the card reads as a card that does what I want it to do. Well, people already have 2 trophies. Wow. Oh, no! I can still drop, right? Yeah, cool. This is why in my collection you see all my decks unavailable, because I make them non-decks so that this never happens. Okay, Classing Burn. Let me look at the list just to be sure. One Vortex in this. Okay. Oh, it's a white. Why is it playing the? Wow, I'm so bad at this. I want to invalidate the green splash. There we go. Okay. Now we're in business. Path. Okay. Alright, now we're in business. Let's play a league match. I'm still very hopeful that a Boros Destructive Revelry gets printed somewhere in the future. Because let me tell you, that one is... I think it's a missed opportunity. I mean, white deals with enchantments and artifacts through... Wait, oh, I didn't reveal my Lurrus. I'm so bad. No, it was tech. Now my opponent doesn't know that I'm on Lurrus. You'll never suspect it. Just realized that my camera isn't turned on. I'm actually gonna keep this. Okay, camera. Okay, it should be on now. Field of the Dead. That's never good. Never good. My hand is not great against Field of the Dead on the draw. This is a little bit better. Am I killing the Elvish Reclaimer here? No. Now I'm banking on my opponent not realizing that I have 2 Pain Lands. So I'm not really being faster in the potential race. Because I take 3 before I deal 3. I'm basically banking on no Dryad here. Not only is my opponent gonna play Dryad, he's also playing Radiant Fountain. Which he must have drawn off the top. I can't imagine his sequencing not being Forest Reclaimer into Fountain. Okay, Abundant sacrificing a land. I don't know what he's getting. Maybe a bounce land. Not sure. Okay, some flagstone. What am I doing here? Does this deck play Ramanap game 1? I'm trying to get the habit of looking at lists before I complain about cards they play. He plays one Knight of Autumn in the main. This plays one Ramanap Excavator. So I'm holding here. No reason to cast anything. And I actually think I'm killing the Reclaimer. If he tries to do some land shenanigans and kill me and start hitting me for 3. I don't think I can... I don't think I can really outrace this. Let's see what my opponent does. This is one of those games where I wish my opponent would just kill Eidolon. Like, waste time and resources to kill Eidolon. Maybe with a Knight of Autumn. And I can kind of force him to kill Eidolon with the Knight of Autumn. I wonder if I can do it. If he... not attacking, that's interesting. I'm wondering if I can... like, if I Skullcrack the Knight of Autumn on the stack, if he just kills the Eidolon. But what my opponent's doing is, he's trying to bait me. He's trying to bait me into attacking with Eidolon there. And getting blown out because he sacks... well... he sacks something, gets flagstones, and that's 3 lands on the... that is 3 lands out. Okay, Helix changes things here. Because... now, am I killing Reclaimer? Should I kill Reclaimer here? I kill Reclaimer, I go down to 12. And if I were going to kill Reclaimer, I needed to attack there. Dryad here is very dangerous, I'm not gonna lie. A Dryad here is very dangerous. Although if he cracks this, I have him dead. If he casts anything, I might have him dead. Cursor. Okay. It's a bog. Am I skullcracking this? Am I skullcracking this? No. I need to win next turn. Not mistaken here, right? I can win. My opponent can't sack this. Wait, he can. If he does it now, he goes up to 9. And he can then use Reclaimer to do it. Okay, here's the situation. I attack. Maybe I should have helixed face there. Oh, I didn't see that line that he can sack. He can fetch now, basically go back up to 6 and have Reclaimer gain him 1 life with Cursor. Oh, I just needed a land here. I just needed a land. I think I lose now. Because no matter what I do, maybe there's a chance. Let's wait it out. That this was a quote-unquote desperation move. I don't think that my opponent has anything of worth in hand. So he be fetching. When it's a Titan off the top. That is, Radiant Fountain is already in the garbage, so... Eh? Although that does gain him some life. That does gain him some life. I can't Skullcrack here because I go down to a lot. Like I go down to... I take 2, I take 4, I go down to 3, and then Reclaimer kills me. Oh, okay, so he might have Titan in hand. I think he has Titan in hand. So let's play assuming he has Titan in hand. Do I want to Skullcrack here? I'm dead to Dryad, like... I'm dead to Dryad. So if I Skullcrack this now, again, if I were going to Skullcrack, I should have. Let's see. Let's wait for his turn. As long as he doesn't go up to 9, I'm fine. So his next land drop puts him up to 8. So I might need to Skullcrack here. In the first land drop. Is this Knight? This could be Knight targeting the Eidolon. To try and kill me. You gain 4 life. I cannot allow that. It's a lot of life. And now we block Elvish. Opponent's very much locked out of playing anything, basically. Okay, so maybe after today I will have to play the green splash, just because the green splash is great against any Dryad deck, because Dryad decks end up playing more either enchantments or artifacts, be it Aether Vial, be it Cursor, it's relevant here, or be it Amulet. Okay, so my opponent can't cast spells unless he taps Reclaimer. Although what I didn't take into consideration is that if he attacks with both, I can tap my lands. Oh, God bless. God bless my opponent. Though no Dryad land, please. Yeah, maybe I should have waited there. Oh, I think I misplayed. I should have waited. Ooh, nothing from opponent. And we do get an untapped land. Not an untapped land, but a land we can cast here. Is there anything my opponent can do to punish me? I don't think there is, but force him to act here. Ooh, very, very scary situation. I shouldn't, wait. Yeah, I shouldn't have blocked this, because if I now attack with Eidolon, my opponent needs to block, and with the current situation, he could have cast Dryad into land into killing me with Valakut. That's why I say I punted. But ended up not getting punished. Very intense game there. I definitely want the second Vortex here. And I definitely want Path, because my opponent's playing stuff like Gargaroth. And I'm actually taking out Eidolon. Eidolon is never getting a good attack in, basically. I'm foregoing one path, I think. because I don't want to draw too many paths. I want to draw one. Whoops. I want to draw one when my opponent casts his Gargaroth. This hand's not great, but it's not bad either. I mean, it does lose hard to life, and let's be cheeky here. Like this hand much more. Vortex on 2, and if I do draw a land, my opponent's never gaining any life. I gotta bottom something. Bottoming a Skullcrack, because I have the Vortex. Skullcrack becomes the worst spell in this situation. And I'm casting Vantage first, because this is great for me. It's actually great for me. Because my opponent now can't... I mean, my opponent might have kept a good anti-creature hand, which you don't really care about. Now we care about it a lot. I think that, to no surprise to anyone, this Goblin guy is never getting cast. Never getting cast. Maybe as a blocker, but not otherwise. Is there a second Roiling? Is there a third Roiling Vortex I can buy yet? Radiant Fountain here isn't amazing. No play on 3 mana. It's very weird. I don't think I'm killing the Grazer here. My opponent would have slammed down Knight if he had it, so I'm assuming he doesn't have Knight. So I'm just going to start taking... I really want to draw land next turn though. This deck doesn't play Summoner's Pact, right? Okay, it's fetching for Dryad now to kill it. Kor Firewalker. Seriously, opponent? Makes sense though. Makes sense. Why didn't he fetch for Knight? Knight can just kill this. Now he doesn't have a play. No, I do have plays. Everyone needs to start clocking me. Okay, so this is gonna be a very interesting game to see if Vortex is any good. This is a prime game where I wanted to play Vortex on 2, and my opponent even, I'll say, misplayed by not by not fetching for Night of Autumn. And this works really well with Helix because it only stops my opponents from gaining life. Now I go back to 18, my opponent goes down 14. And I can do this all day basically. Assuming I do. I'm suspending Riftbolt here. Still need to kinda race. Ooh. Interesting. I wouldn't mind have a Ram map there. I'm gonna... say sure. What am I doing with this mana? Am I stopping life gain and shooting face? And keeping one mana open to stop life gain from his side? It's looking very decent. I do need to draw some form of cast though. My opponent's down to 10. It's great. Can still pay for Vortex here. It's turning up. This is going really well in terms of Vortex value. My opponent needs to keep attacking here. Now I think I pay here so that this Riftbolt is still good. Interesting draw, actually. Interesting draw. I'm actually casting Guide here. Not attacking, but the threat of an attack. If I draw another creature, could be good. So Dryad, sure. No. Now the board is absolutely my opponent's favor. Ooh, and he doesn't attack. Misplay from opponent, I'd say. Ooh, and we get a Skewer. Wait, we have lethal. I crack, he goes... I have lethal here. Now he can't gain life, so Vortex just does it on his upkeep. No Vial means no Reclaimer, also means this was risky. This was risky because I'm not 100% sure of what my opponent's playing. Okay. Ooh. Very good showing from Roiling Vortex. Wow, I'm actually impressed. I slammed this and then I was able to keep my opponent from hating on me. Wow, I'm really small sample size, of course, but this one really impressed me. This one really impressed me. Hey House, how's it going? I think you just missed me beating green-white Reclaimer with Roiling Vortex. It was pretty amazing. I slammed it down turn 2, and how you going, Scout? It was just one game, but it was amazing. My opponent played turn 1 Grazer. I should not be awake class in 2.5 hours. Oh, you're still awake. That's never a good option. You're young, so you have time to learn that that's not a good idea. But I was saying, my opponent cast Grazer on 1. I suspended the Rift Bolt. My opponent played land, said go. I played land into Vortex. My opponent responded with Eldritch's Call to Kor Firewalker. Played the Kor Firewalker on his turn. And I think he gained 1 life with that core. Well, I basically put him from 15 to 0. I think he gained 1 life. This end's good, maybe not on the draw. This should be Shadow. It is Shadow. And Thoughtseize. The classic Shadow. Ooh! Not a Thoughtseize. Because my opponent knows that I'm a Lurrus deck. So he's playing around me, playing Soulscar Mage here. Huh. Do I still force it? I don't think I do, right? Maybe yes, maybe. Well, I think I force it because he needs exactly Fatal Push for this to make sense. But this also makes sense with Thought Scour. I'm just jamming Swifty here. It connects. And he clings. Wow. So no push, I'm assuming. Well, it's not necessarily true. He could be using me to... He could be using me to lower his life total until Shadow is a contender. I need to suspend this Rift Bolt now. Push comes now, sure. Come on. Vortex is probably really good here too, not gonna lie. A 1/1 shadow, which you can bump to a 4/4. I need to be going face here, of course. He's at 9. Okay. How low can he go and still kill me with Battle Rage, is my question. How low can he go? He can still go to 6, making Shadow something. Making Shadow a 7/7. 7/7 doesn't kill me. Okay, a 7/7 doesn't kill me. Although, I think you Skewer Pass. But if I Skewer Pass, he can put himself down to 3. And have Battle Rage for a 10/10 plus Stubborn Denial. And as it stands, he can't kill me next turn. You can go up to an 8/8. It still doesn't do it. Still doesn't do it. And if he's conservative here, yeah, I'm super fine, I think. Ideally, I draw a land. Oh, is my opponent gonna snap? No, Gurmag. Okay. So I'm absolutely dead next turn. I'm absolutely dead next turn. Do I want to do this? Or do I want to Skullcrack? I can go to 5 or Bolt. And I'm thinking if I Skullcrack here, he goes down to 5. And I still need double spell to resolve. I think I'm charming here. I basically need to draw. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. Stubborn Denial, sure, makes sense. Now I basically need to draw land or bolt, so I'm not going to crack this. To slightly increase my chances of drawing land, we draw bolt. It's the same thing. It's all good. It's all good. Everything is fine, opponent. Everything is fine. Land was ever. It was a tapped land. Alright. Good game 1. It was definitely not easy. But I think that with my hand, and I think that him playing Gurmag was super greedy. If he had a Cling to Dust there, or if he played an untapped land to escape Cling and exile my Swiftspear, there was a chance I didn't win. Of course I had Skullcrack, but he would always do it in response to something, and him playing a shock land would be scary enough for me. Okay, what do I want and what don't I want? I actually like taking out Skewer here. Okay, what are we thinking about Roiling Vortex in this one? Yay or nay? It's slow and counterable damage, which might make a difference. It also absolutely smashes Cling to Dust. So I think I want to bring it in. Okay, I'm gonna give credit to my opponent, at least on game 2. And the way you play Shadow against Burn is you are very careful about your life total. None of that fetch into shock bullshit, none of that cycling a street wraith bullshit. Just play slow and play controlling, so that when your opponent stops, like, you use Inquisition and Stubborn Denial to make your opponent go into top deck mode, and when they go into top deck mode is when you slam a Shadow and attack for lethal, like in one turn. How do I like cutting creatures? No, right? Creatures are great. I'm actually cutting a Skull. Is Skullcrack any good? I don't think I'll ever have enough mana to play around Cling to Dust. I'm actually gonna cut like this. I've been unimpressed with Skullcrack in this matchup. Because if my opponent plays his cards right, I should never be able to Skullcrack a Cling to Dust. It's only 1 mana. This hand's great. As long as my opponent doesn't discard me turn 1. And he molds, so he's absolutely discarding me turn 1. But I have Path. And Path is scary. Path is quite scary. I'm guessing he takes Eidolon. Oh, he takes Path. Yeah, see? Path is a scary card for Shadow. A second guide. I don't love that, to be honest. Bauble. He looks at his own deck, so he has a fetch land. So what am I doing here? What am I doing here? My opponent saw the Goblin, the Eidolon. And they saw the land. There's no reason not to play land here. I'm playing another Goblin Guide. This is me saying that I want my Eidolon to live, so if he has removal, he better use it now. This is actually annoying, because my opponent can snap Thoughtseize next turn, basically. My opponent can now snap Thoughtseize, which is an aggressive play, because he either fetches for island. Oh, no, he has, so he doesn't do anything, huh? Okay. If I attack... Ooh, actually, I'll attack here and not cast Eidolon. Of course, this whole play goes up in flames if my opponent doesn't kill my little dude. He snaps and targets push. Yeah, he knows about the Eidolon, so he's blocking here. He's playing push from the grave? Seriously? That one sounds incorrect. He knew I had the Eidolon. I think he blocks and casts... saves push for Eidolon. Ooh. that explains a lot. And still not healthy at all. I think that I'm bolting here. Thinking if I put Lurrus in hand, so that I can Lurrus plus Goblin Guide. I need to shock here. I think I'd just rather draw a card, to be honest. Swiftspear is good, could be lethal. My opponent's only on Stubborn Denial in hand, so this is definitely lethal. He might have fetched the Denial away. I wasn't paying enough attention to know if he fetched the Denial away. I think he, yeah. We're fine-ish. Yeah, okay, really nice, really nice. Really nice. I think opponent kept a hand that was too slow. Too slow to play against Burn. Yes, you need to be on the controlling role. But the controlling role really isn't Thoughtseize taking away Path. It's Thoughtseize taking away Goblin Guide. To punish my weak turn 2, that will be Eidolon, he assumes. This hand's great. This hand's really great. By the way, I have no clue what the meta currently is. I know that people are trying out Belcher and Mill. Other than that, no clue. Foothills into Go. This could really be anything. Ooh, Vortex. I like that Vortex there. Let's see what I'm up against. Vortex is just such an exciting card. Ooh, it's Titan. It is. So Vortex might actually be better. It turns off their pacts. Okay, so it's Scape Shift, so no pacts, most likely. I'll attack, even though I'll reveal a land, so that I need to attack here. This is Green-White Titan again, meaning that maybe I do want Vortex here. I think Eidolon is going to be better. Eidolon's going to be better. I think that Roiling Vortex is a really interesting card because it's symmetric. Like the most problematic cards in Magic are non-symmetric cards. That's always been the issue. Plays Dryad, good. Flagstones and Castle. Do I want to kill the Dryad here? I actually think that killing the Dryad... Well, I'm sacrificing Eidolon to kill the Dryad though. But let's be real. Eidolon pushed 4 damage already. It has to. It doesn't block. Ooh, that's a Titan. That is a Titan if I've ever seen one. Fetching Valakut, meaning I'm screwed. I am absolutely screwed. The only reason he didn't block is because he's playing Titan next turn. I revealed another castle, I shouldn't have deleted it. He's definitely playing Titan next turn. Okay, so if he plays Titan, he gets Valakut plus land and shoots my board, I think. My question here is, do I want to double spell here? Do I want to double spell? Oh, I wish I'd drawn a land, because I think my opponent's gonna play Titan into bounce plus not the life. Oh, but if he plays that, he's not clearing my... Well, he doesn't care about my board when he has Dryad plus Titan, basically. I think I need to push for damage here. Need to push for damage. My opponent's gaining 4 next turn. He's going back up to 12. Oh, that's not a good life total at all. It's absolutely a Titan. He might play Radiant Fountain into Valakut, clear my board, kill me next turn with the attack. Or he play... oh, okay, or he just beats me. Yep, that's 14 damage. I always forget these lists play 2 Valakut. Always forget. Yeah, I don't love Eidolon in this game. And I'm actually not in love with the Goblin guy either. It's a tough matchup. Quite a tough matchup. Again, if Dryad decks become big, I think that Destructive Revelry is good, because they are usually played alongside some artifacts. Although I think the latest iterations of Reclaimer decks don't really play anything. When they play Arasta and Eidolon in the side, which definitely comes in against us. God, I really want a modal spell. Imagine a Boros Charm whose 2 other modes are destroy target. Basically, its 2 other modes are like Drev. Oh my god, that would be amazing. Deal 4 damage target player, destroy target artifact or enchantment, deal 2 to its controller, and something else. Like deal 3 to any target. It would be amazing. That would actually be amazing. Probably too broken for 2 mana. Yeah, absolutely broken. But a man can dream. Man can dream. Sand's garbage. Sand's pretty garbage too, but... I need to keep it. I can't multi 5 on a decently playable hand. Not shocking because my life total is slightly important. Hopefully no grazer. That's my ask here, no grazer. Reclaimer's fine. Can I get a bolt now? Skewer is not a bolt. Good boy, good boy. Yeah, I need to raise here. Him playing forest means he can't really play anything too relevant here, like a core. A core here would be... put me in shambles, basically. Okay, and the fetch does mean that this Reclaimer is gonna grow substantially. Ooh, the biggest brain play. Watch this. My opponent played it correctly, he blocked before doing it. But... did I kinda outplay myself? One does have Eladrami Skull. And if he fetches for a white source here, he can call for something. Almost there. And we're almost there. Okay. Core, okay. That doesn't matter if I draw a spell. Pushing 4 damage if I draw a spell. That's not a spell. It's not a spell either. Do I cast the Swiftspear and attack and get him down to 2? Or do I draw a card? If I do this, any bolt, well... self-outplay? Well, not really. Self-outplay would have been if my opponent had fetched for a white source with that Windswept hit and called for a Knight of Autumn this turn. I think I played the Swiftspear just because if my opponent establishes a board next turn, then Bolt doesn't do it off the top, but as is, Bolt still does it off the top. Because I'm pushing 2 damage here. I'm pushing 2 damage, so it's fine. Definitely blocks the Goblin Guide. Come on, I just need one spell. One spell, nothing too hard to understand. Any one spell does it, as long as my opponent doesn't play Knight. Please no Knight. Dryad, that's fine. Ooh, or another Kor. They probably just play the one though, they play 4 Eladrami Skull. Yeah. This is my reasoning for playing Swiftspear last turn. Now Bolt still does it off the top, even after my opponent established a board. None of this matters. None of this matters. I just need to draw a spell. Just one spell! Oh, god damn it, how is that even possible? Just need a spell, please. Just one. My opponent's running on blanks. I can't imagine not. Well, you could have Titan. You could have Titan. If he has Titan, it's game over, right? Fetches double Valakut. Okay, I'm assuming he doesn't have Titan, or else he would have waited to play Titan. Yeah, I'm assuming he doesn't have Titan. Or he has, and his sequencing doesn't matter. Yep, he has Titan and his sequencing didn't matter. Why not wait? It's 6 extra damage. It actually pushes lethal off of Titan alone. Oh, we needed to call for it, okay. This means no Titan though. Okay, so why did my opponent play Reclaimer last turn? Oh wait, he has the double green because Dryad has text. Let's not forget that Dryad has text. Still, I think a major pawn from opponent. He shouldn't have played a Reclaimer. Fetches double Valakut and shoots me for 12. Attacks me for 5. 12 plus 5 is 17. I can't crack the Foothills then, but I have an untapped land here to play a Rift Bolt or a Skewer if it comes to it. My opponent could also be smart and just fetch Radiant Fountain. Doesn't need. Reclaimer requires mana. Reclaimer requires mana. I think I'm still alive. Opponent's fumbling his... Oh, he still had a land drop, so everything's fine. Okay. Is it? It is. Okay. So even though my opponent fumbles through his turns... This is very tilting. This is very tilting. Because we lost at game 2 to drawing like 4 lands. Sakura, the Knight, Knight of the Reliquary. That still requires mana though. Yeah, you need. Oh no, you just need to tap. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. You are absolutely right. I don't play Legacy to know those things. Oh, come on, game. Can't I be on the play for once? This sounds fine. Not ideal, but fine. They're up against control. Yeah, it's understandable. Oh, I thought this was an advantage. It's fine. It's always the land I would play, but running Goblin Guide on one is cool against control. Can my opponent please play Stoneforge there? Please let this resolve. Okay. I don't play Legacy, nor I have played for that long to know those cards. Opt. Okay. Opt is very cool for me. Reveal Mana Leak. And another Opt. Does he want the Mana Leak? He doesn't want the Mana Leak. Okay. I think I have a very good next turn. So I'm playing into a Teferi here. I'm offering my opponent the trade. Ooh. That's very suspicious. Very suspicious. Playing the land because I have spells to cast an instant speed if needed. Oh, please no Archmage's Charm. Does this connect? No, he has to pass. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was afraid of Archmage's Charm. But if this connects, I'm already in a fine spot. Oh man, I really want to slam a Vortex in this matchup. I want to slam a Vortex. I want my opponent to not read the card and think it only deals 1 damage. And then have him alt cast Force of Negation. That's what I want for this matchup. I want to cast anything here. Probably not, right? I'd rather have my opponent tap out on his end step. He has Mystic, but I have to say that the Mystic targets are somewhat lackluster. What am I casting here? Helix to the face? Sounds good. if my guide connects even once. By the way, I'm assuming my opponent has counter spells. There's really no reason for my opponent to bottom the mana leak if he doesn't have counter spells. Helix and Bolt. Yeah, that's the plan, basically. My opponent needs to give me priority, which he hasn't. I don't think I'm lagging. My opponent might. Let me check it. Okay. Typing in chat is usually a way to see if you're lagging. I don't think the chat works if you're lagging. Okay, so Helix face. My opponent might be double queuing. Just because that's a thing that people do. I don't like doing it because I've gotten used to Cryptic Command. Oh, that's so fine. So fine. That's so fine. What's my play here? Do I suspend Rift Bolt? No, because Teferi is a card. And my opponent could still be playing Teferi. Hardcast Rift. If I'm hardcasting, I wait. Well, I do have the window here, so not waiting seems fine. He could have force. He probably has force. He likely has force. Just happy that my opponent didn't play Mystic here and put Path on top. Yeah, he has force. Okay, makes sense. And discard another counter. That's actually relevant. Might mean he either has a handful of counters or he wants to play the Planeswalker. It's force or bust for my opponent, and he already cast a force. So cool. Alright, game one's ours. It seems like a pretty classic blue-white control shell. Maybe I want Roiling Vortex. Do I want a surgical? Real quest. Let's real talk. Is surgical good against Snap plus Mystic? And is surgical needed against timely reinforcements? When my opponent can try to loop it? I'm inclined to say yes. Because I think that it's always going to be better than Riftbolt. And if it's always going to be better than Riftbolt, I think it's an easy swap. It's good against Timely. It's not good against Timely. It's decent against Timely. It only works after Timely has resolved, so... Although it's great with double Swiftspear. I'm gonna keep this hand. Time to start suffering. Ooh, I missed. Oh. I don't think my opponent's on Uro, but never know. Is he shocking himself? How cheeky is it to surgical that land? Too cheeky, right? Absolutely not worth it, as far as I know. This could be anything. Bolt is a great draw. This is a big hit. This is a big hit. If he plays Timely, I played into it, but I don't think I'm at a point where I can really try and play around it. The reason I said oof is because Eidolon is too risky here. Eidolon was too risky there. Terminus! Wow! My opponent's on Miracles. So Eidolon was definitely too risky there. Let's charm my opponent's face. He counters. Sure. Now opponent has to deal with Eidolon. Man, I wish that were a Roiling Vortex. Just because my opponent probably has an answer by now. It's on 5 mana. So lots of things deal with this Eidolon. is the time where I look at my opponent's hand. Because I have lethal, and Mana Leak's basically the only counter that does it. Opponent has Aether Gust in hand. Gust Opt Terminus. Gust Opt Terminus. So my opponent gusts a Skewer. Don't gust a Skewer, my dude. Charm. Imagine if I had double bolt here. I'd be so happy. I'm actually skewering again because I want Boros Charm next turn. You need to have it, buddy. You need to have it. Ooh, and we were drawing pretty poorly. Pretty poorly. Three and 1, okay. I need to take those. I think that I need to take it there. He was on no gas when I looked at his hand. He had a dead Terminus. And I think that him fielding there is a it's either a desperation play or it's a I have a planeswalker I want to play. Basically, I don't think he had it. By it, I mean anything too relevant. Oh my god, we're on the play. Guys, we're on the play. And this hand is garbage. This hand is very good. Bye-bye, Islet. Okay, let's see what we're up against. Watch Goblin Guide reveal the most non-deterministic land there is. That's actually quite deterministic. We're up against Prowess. A Prowess player that's holding up Bolt to remove my Goblin Guide. Which I will throw to the flames. Okay, so it's a opponent that has turn 2 bird. Not turn 2 bird. Okay. Thank you very much for the follow, Hayao Hanfan 11. This lightning bolt will be dedicated. No, actually, the skewer will be dedicated to you because. No, actually, it will be the bolt. Wait, no, it has to be. Wait. Let me do some math here. Process 2 toughness. Opponent casts this, it has 5 toughness. Opponent casts another spell, it has whatever the fuck toughness. So I need to do this now. And I don't think he has removal. Another spell doesn't do it, he needs 2 spells. And 2 spells under Eidolon is quite heavy. Quite heavy. Ooh. That's still super heavy though, right? There's a lot of juice to save a Swiftspear. I'm offering the trade because I genuinely don't care about this trade. One's at 6. So I only really need 2 spells. Sure, that's fine. I do need spells now though. An Eidolon off the top would be great. Boros Charm is actually decent. Let me draw a card. Okay, so that's lethal. I don't think my opponent can deal me 13 like this. Yeah, okay, we're fine. Opponent's setting up for next turn. Okay. So, what did we learn, kids? Eidolon is good. Eidolon is very good in this matchup. My opponent can't reliably get rid of Eidolon, and they play a lot of non-removal spells to not get rid of Eidolon. We can easily kill them as such. Now game 2 is where things get interesting. I definitely want the Roiling Vortex. What this is at prowess play in the side? I think they play Dragon. They absolutely play Dragon's Claw, right? Why am I bringing in Roiling Vortex, you might ask? It allows me to play the control role with Helix and Kor and still beat my opponent, basically. And I'm taking away the non-removal cards. Boros Charm, Lava Spike, and maybe a number of Goblin Guides, although I'm on the draw, so turn 1 Goblin Guide is far better than turn 1 Swiftspear. I think I'm taking away some Swiftspears. Wait, no, Skullcrack's awful in this matchup. Actually gonna leave in. Oh, I have a lot of 2 mana plays here. I'm siding out 8 and bringing 6. I can keep a Charm. And keep a Charm in. Okay, we're ready to roll now. And just when I was getting convinced that Prowess wasn't the deck to beat, at least in leagues, I play against one. Because it's genuinely, this hand's insane. This hand's so good, it's not even funny. No turn 1 play. Okay, I don't want to be too obvious about the path, so I'm taking an extra point of damage here. Because I think my opponent's gonna play a burb. And I don't want to bolt a burb. I want to bolt a mage though. And our hand is just sideboard cards galore. Oh yeah! The Roiling Vortex actually hits this matchup pretty darn well. We 4-1'd. I was impressed by Vortex. The game I played it was really good. And not just kinda good, it was really, really good. Like, complete game changer in the game I casted. Because my opponent was on Kor, and it absolutely made Kor a non-factor. So I'm very hopeful. I want to get the 3rd copy to play over a path here. This is the green version. I want to get a 3rd copy to play here instead of a path, because I think that 3 is the correct number for spells that I want to see, even though it gets awkward in multiples. Yeah, I'm very hopeful that Vortex helps the Rakdos Lurrus matchup, because they have Bauble and they have Lava Dart to care about. And if I have Vortex, I can cast Vortex and play the removal roll, and I should win as long as I see Helix and Kor in the post side, basically. Really good league, really good league. We're almost trophied, but Green-White Titan is actually a matchup that I need to look into. It's actually a matchup that I need to look into. It's been quite rough beating it. I beat it once today, but the other day I think I lost to it twice. That's definitely a matchup to be careful about. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Let's rate Connor, man, he was here yesterday. He's a fellow Burn player, even though I don't think he's playing Burn today.